Hello everybody, my name is Lanu, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of a tier list video on the 2023 British touring car circuits. This tier list is available publicly. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check out. I just made it just before I started making this video, and obviously I haven't made a video for a very long time, so I hope you've all had a fantastic Christmas and a fantastic start to 2023. And I hope we can have just as an exciting Btcc season as we did last year. Of course, Tom Ingram wrapped up the championship, which was just a phenomenal effort from Accelerate and Tom himself. Went down to the wire as usual in the Btcc. But exciting for 2023. We've got rule changes, new drivers, new teams, new cars, whatever decides to go on in the next month or two. So I thought we're going to start off by ranking the 2023 tracks. We've got one new circuit, one actually returning circuit, not new circuit, but other than that, these tracks remain the same, so I probably won't make a video like this for a pretty long time unless something drastic changes to the calendar. So let's get started. First things first, Donington Park National. I quite like this circuit. I know a lot of the drivers do as well. It's quite undulating, quite challenging. There's definitely loads of opportunities to make an overtake. And if we're thinking about hybrid usage, there's a lot of straights. It provides a lot of good opportunities to use hybrids. So that's encouraging the drivers to use that feature of the cars. I don't think it's quite the best circuit. It's certainly good, so I'm going to put it in A tier because there's certainly a lot of overtaking opportunities. It always provides a good bit of action. I mean, I think the start of the year, we couldn't have asked for a better first race for the Btcc in 2022. I think at one point we had like 6 or 7 cars fighting for the win, which was just quite scary, to be honest with you, but nevertheless, I'm going to rank it A. We have the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. This track is quite nice. It sort of does give me a bit of NASCAR vibes, especially when they're coming down the main straight, because it's just such a short track and you do go quite fast around here. Really, really quick, really fast. Pretty exciting racing, to be honest with you. There's really only one opportunity to use the hybrid, we'll say. That's just down the main straight. So it's not the best for hybrid. It provides decent racing, so I'm going to rank it B. It's always a bit of an exciting round, but I think there's certainly better circuits out there. Next up, Snetterton. And this is the 300 layout. This is quite a it's for touring cars, this is very, very long circuit. Certainly the longest on the calendar. I think there's around 11 or 12 laps of racing that we get. A lot of opportunities to use the hybrid, a lot of overtaking opportunities. But for Btcc, you're not able to get as close as you would at other circuits. It really does spread the field out because it's such a big, long track. And don't get me wrong, I feel like you've got to have a bit of a long track, especially considering all the rest of them are basically done in a minute. This track takes about a minute and a half onwards. It's a good design, but I've never been a fan of the racing there. It's always been a little bit less close. So for that reason, I'm going to have to rank it D. And I know that's not me saying it's the worst track ever created. That's far from it. It's just for the Btcc, it just doesn't provide the best racing. I don't know how many of you agree with me on that. A lot of people will probably disagree because there have been some memorable Snetterton races, and I'm not saying there hasn't been because, let's be honest, it's the Btcc. There's always a good race at whatever track you go to. But I've never really liked it as much as the other circuits. All right, next up we have Thruxton. Thruxton I'm going to put straight into A tier, and there's a reason why it's not quite S tier. I love Thruxton with a passion. It is without a doubt one of my favourite racing tracks ever. You've got to stay committed through some of the most scariest corners with the hybrid. You know, it's even more exciting. It provides great overtaking, especially in the chicane, which I think is really the only overtaking opportunity, possibly into turn 3 as well, when you've got that sort of, I don't know how to say it, this little Pac-Man shape sticking out of the top just here. But the chicane's really the main overtaking opportunity. But it's corners like Church, Goodwood, those corners, they are terrifying as a driver. But it's that edge that sort of keeps me wanting to watch it. It's like, my goodness, this circuit is requiring all the focus, all the attention at all time. Because if you put if you make one mistake, you're basically going off at high speed. Obviously, they've improved the safety around here drastically, which is brilliant. And I'm glad that we don't see the accidents that we used to see. And that's not what I'm saying. I don't want Btcc to be about destroying cars. I'm just saying it's a phenomenal circuit and requires immense precision. And I really, really enjoy watching the racing there. Next up, Alton Park. Alton Park is one of my favourite tracks. I absolutely adore Alton Park, and I'm going to put it in S tier purely because I love it. It's so narrow. You've got to really think about the overtakes. It is amazing. The amount of times we've seen overtakes around here into the hairpin, into turn one, into the final corner, into the chicane, wherever you can name any corner on this circuit, someone's made a move there, and it's been memorable. Really do enjoy it. And I've never been. I do want to go though. I was set to go in 2020, but we all know why I didn't go then. Next up, Croft. Now, a lot of you that do watch my channel know that I go to Croft every year. I like Croft a lot. I've had the pleasure of pootling around it once before. Not the full circuit though, about half the circuit. But it's really, really fun. It sort of gives me vibes, again, of sort of an American circuit down towards Clairvaux, how you've got this narrow corner, these blue and... not blue, yellow and green barriers, and they used to have yellow and green curbs there as well. I really enjoy it, and that's going to be in A tier. We've seen some good races there. I think I have a personal connection with it, which I think is why it gets put so high up, but nevertheless. Next up, we've got Knock Hill. I think it's a bit like Brands Hatch Indy. Don't get me wrong, it's a scary track, and I love it. I love the track. It's fantastic, but I think we've seen good races there, but because of its aggressiveness, it can be a bit difficult and a bit risky to make an overtake, and you can end up smashing into other cars, which you don't really want. So for that reason, I'm ranking it B. You can argue with me in the comments section, but I've expressed my view, and that's why I'm putting it into B. Next up, we've got a returning track, and you're not going to be able to see it because it's a PNG. Donington Park Grand Prix loop. So I'll bring it up here just so you can see it. I'll put it in D just for now. That's not where I'm putting it because I think this is going to be a phenomenal circuit, and I'm immediately putting it into S tier because I've driven around it on Project Cars, and I've put Donington Park National in A tier because I think it lacked just a little bit. Some sort of extra overtaking opportunity that just wasn't provided. Extra length. And I love Donington Park. Now, don't get me wrong. I know what I said about Snetterton. I know I said longer is probably not better for Btcc. But this Grand Prix layout is something special. It is still got every aspect of Donington Park National, just with 2 hairpins. I can't see any reason why this would be a bad circuit, and I cannot wait for us to go racing here. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. Next up, we have the penultimate round of the championship, which is, of course, Silverstone. Silverstone is a brilliant track, and I love it. I really do love it. This is quite a tricky one because it's a good track. There's really 2 overtaking opportunities. There's a lot of overtaking, a lot of opportunities to use hybrid, but it's a difficult one because I really do enjoy the racing at Silverstone, but it's a tough one. It really is a tough one. It's high speed again. I think I'm going to have to put it B tier. And there's something that lacks. There's an overtaking opportunity that's not there, really. If there was like a hard braking opportunity, you slam onto the brakes, go down to like second gear or something, and then you've got like a tight hairpin or a tight chicane. It really requires the drivers to experiment with the braking zones, possibly make championship deciding overtakes in the penultimate round. Something like that would be exciting. And last, but certainly not least, we have the Brands Hatch Grand Prix layout. Now, this one, it's a really good layout. Really, really good for the championship finale. There's so many straights, so many fantastic corners, a lot of undulation, hard braking zones. It is a nice track, and it's a good one for the finale. Oh, it's a tough one, though, because I do think there's sort of an added aspect of that finale that which makes it more exciting. I think I'm going to have to put it A tier, purely because I don't think it's as good as Oulton Park or Donington Park Grand Prix layout. I think it's very good, but I say that with all the tracks. These tracks are very, very good. But I just don't think it's as good. You can disagree. I'm not saying these are the overall opinions. This is my opinion. Like, it's up to interpretation. I want you guys to try this. I've put the link in the description down below. You can save the photo, post it on your Instagram story, on your Instagram. I don't care. Just tag me in it, and I'll check yours out, because I'm really fascinated to see what you guys think. So be sure to do that. I'll move Snetterton up so it's not feeling lonely. But yeah, I think that is my final ranking. I'm going to zoom in here. And that is what I think of the British Touring Car tracks of 2023. Again, if you do have anything to say about these tracks, please do put them in the comments section. Please do try this tier list out for yourself and tag me in it on Instagram. Again, I don't have Twitter. I used to have Twitter, but I don't anymore. So tag me on Instagram if you want me to check this out. But yeah, I just sort of feel like we should do this just to see where this track in particular comes into play. Donington Park Grand Prix layout. Where would that line up in respect to rest of the tracks? I think it's going to be very, very exciting to watch. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to smash that like button and be sure to subscribe if you are new. I'm going to make more videos, so don't worry about that. I'm going to be making league racing videos from F1 every week, and I'm going to be trying to do a lot of Btcc content because that seems to do well on my channel and you guys seem to enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great year. You're going to smash it. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.